andemmo in gondola, la notte breve,
Good morning, it's John and Jocelyn from JJescapes, and right now we're here in the flooded city of Venice, Italy.
We have 2 days here, so we're going to be showing you how to spend 48 hours in Venezia. Here in Venice, you can get Menu del Giorno for lunch, which is also the same as Menu del Dia in South America. It usually consists of a fixed set of menu items that you can get for first course and second course. The only difference between Venice and South America is the price. The Menu del Giorno here is about 14.50 euros versus a $5 Menu del Dia. Do we get triple the amount of food? I don't know. Let's see. In Italy, you always get a free bread appetizer, which consists of various types of bread. So far, the bread hasn't been that great. It's always a bit dry, a bit tasteless, but at least you get something to fill you up. The other funny thing about their bread baskets is that they don't give you any serving plates. We learned that you're just supposed to pour the olive oil and the balsamico directly on the bread and hold it in your hands to eat it. Pasta is always the first course here in Italy, although it may be a main for most of the other countries. So for my first course, I got squid ink pasta, which is a very typical dish here in Venice because we're very close to the ocean. We get a lot of seafood, as you'll see later. So squid ink pasta is basically just spaghetti with the ink that comes out from a squid. It's always black and it makes your poop black too, so don't be alarmed. I'm going to give it a try. So squid ink always has this briny, seafoody taste, which is very delicious. You may not like it if you don't like the fishy taste. Pasta is done perfectly, not overcooked at all. And they give you a few slices of squid, which is so tender. They're eating squid in its own blood. A bit cruel, but delicious. For our other first course, we got pasta del gambero, which means pasta with prawns. As I said, Venice is a seafood town, so you gotta get the seafood here. This is with tomato sauce and comes with 3 prawns, which is not bad. The tomato sauce is actually really delicious. It has also been infused with the flavors of the shrimp. And guess what? They keep the heads on so that you know that it's fresh. As we walk by the canal every morning, there's a bunch of fishermen that sell their catch of the day. So you know that the seafood here is definitely going to be fresh. Look, real prawns. You can see the texture of it. None of that fake prawn that is always in our Chinese dim sum. For my second D, which is the second plate, and also the main course, I got fried calamari with a side of salad. I'm gonna add some lemon. It's crispy, lightly battered, and as I poke into it, I can already tell that the calamari is so tender here. Oh my god. I don't know why the squid here is so soft. Perfectly cooked, crispy on the outside, very, very soft on the inside. So delicious. And because I had so much carbs earlier, I opted for a salad. It's just basic salad. John's second plate is liver with more carbs, French fries. This liver is also a very typical dish in Venice where they stir fry liver. I don't know which animal, beef or pork. I think it's beef because they don't eat much pork here. And they stir fry it with onions. The liver is fully cooked. It's very familiar tasting. It tastes exactly like Chinese pork liver that's stir-fried with spring onions. That's what it tastes like. It's actually pretty delicious, but I'm not a big liver fan. I gotta have it with some fries. Freshly cooked crunchy fries. The Menu del Giorno is delicious, very filling, and affordable. Pro tip, you can share one menu del Giorno and you'll be just as full.
That's it. And now it's time to do the most touristy thing there is to do here in Venice, which is to take the gondola. It doesn't have a motor, so it's powered by Italian power.
This feels like an amusement park ride. Queuing up to go down the slide. For dinner tonight, I got another very Italian dish called risotto. And I was feeling kind of soupy today because it was so cold. And this is the closest I found. It's risotto with lemon, prawn, and saffron.
Saffron?
Yeah. Oh my god. I've never had a risotto like this before. This place looks kind of like a tourist trap, but I think the food is pretty good. The sauce is so creamy, but then it doesn't get gelatinous because it's a little bit sour from the lemon. I'm not sure about the saffron. I don't know what saffron tastes like. And the risotto rice, it looks like it's going to be porridge, but every single grain is al dente.
No. Don't lie.
It's actually so good.
Don't get my hopes up about this risotto.
You know I don't lie. Good morning! Today we're going to be doing a day trip to Burano and Murano, which are two quaint islands off of Venice. Murano and Burano are just a boat ride away from Venice. They're very easy to do as a day trip. It's like taking a bus! Murano is very famous for Murano glass, and there are lots of glass blowing factories in Murano Island. The reason why Murano is so famous for glass is because long time ago, Venice was afraid of fires being caused by blowing glass. So they moved all the glass making factories to an island of Murano. I don't know, in the past, was Venice destroyed by fires? Probably. But first, some coffee.
Okay, right now we're on the island of Murano. We just arrived here by water bus. This whole place is filled with glass factories and glass stores. It's super intricate and super interesting. But now, after shopping, I'm hungry and it's time for lunch. We've come to a restaurant off the side of the main road called La Perla ai Bisette. I'm definitely butchering the name of this restaurant, but it's off the main road, so it's extremely local. Not a single tourist in sight. The prices here are super reasonable because it's such a local place and the food looks incredible. For starters, I've ordered something called clam and mussel soup. But there's no soup at all. Or there's very minimal soup. I didn't even get a spoon, so I'm not sure what to do. First of all, I'm going to try some clams. I already spritzed some lime on it. It smells so seafoody. The clam and mussel smells insane. Oh my god, it's so fresh. It's just like pure clam taste, insane. Look at these mussels, they're so red. They're not huge, but they look so fresh. Oh my god. The texture is completely different. Not overcooked, slightly salty. It tastes the ocean, the seafoodiness. And because I didn't get a spoon, here's a pro move. Use the clam shell as your spoon. That is good. very, very salty, very briny. The taste of the clams and the mussels have like emulsified into this delicious sauce. I think it's white wine sauce. Oh, this is amazing. It's just like 100% purity of ingredients and a taste of the sea. So simple, so good, so delicious. For the first course, which is my main course because I can't eat that much, as you can see. I've ordered the exact same thing but with spaghetti. Clams and mussels spaghetti with some kind of tomato sauce. The table next to us was eating it. It looked so delicious that I had to order it myself. Okay, I'm gonna try some spaghetti. The smell of the tomatoes is super strong. Oh, that's so good. It's very similar to the mussel clam soup, but the tomato adds an additional layer of umami. The taste of the seafoodiness has like emulsified into the tomato sauce. Pasta, perfectly cooked as always. Casey with a tiny little clam. Amazing. When you're here in Venice, don't go to any of the restaurants along the main street. They're all tourist traps. Just come up the main street a little bit to one of the side streets, 2-3 minute walk, and you're gonna find amazing hole-in-the-wall restaurants like this. Incredibly delicious, incredibly tasty, and extremely affordable. Amazing.
We were just walking along the streets of Venice and I saw this shop. And in the shop was this guy that was soaking ladies' fingers into coffee. And he soaks the ladies' fingers for 1 minute before putting it into the cup. And then he washes his hands to do the next step. And he was making tiramisu. We had a tiramisu in Rome. It was a very famous one, but it was kind of disappointing. So I still have yet to have a good tiramisu here in Italy. Hopefully this could be the one. Layered ladies' fingers with mascarpone and cocoa powder. Traditional tiramisu. Oh, that's good. It's very, very creamy. The ladies' fingers taste like espresso. They're very, very soft. They become like a cake. They added a very generous layer of cocoa powder. Okay, this is delicious. I must say that this is much better than the Rome one. So give it a try the next time you're here in Venice. So good.
Everywhere, some are fair and true, some faithful too, but very few. True love's ever rare, but there's one heart beyond compare. I found devotion in Italy, where sweet romance fills the air.
It's our final night here in Venice, and of course I had to end it off with a basic plate of carbonara. So carbonara is actually a sauce that's made out of egg yolks, guanciale, and pecorino. No cream in carbonara. It smells very savory. You immediately smell the guanciale. I don't know whether this is guanciale or bacon. I'm gonna give it a try right now. The pasta is done perfectly. The sauce is so savory, it's creamy. In the sauce, I can taste the pork, I can taste the creaminess of the eggs, and it's so savory. It's actually a very comforting plate of carbonara. This is delicious, but it's pretty far off from the carbonara at Luciana's in Rome. Sad to say.
Hello, my name is Bianca. I'm a star guest of JJescapes. Today I got the mixed fish plate. We have whole pieces of what I think is sardines, calamari, and some sort of red fish with a squirt of lemon. Bellissimo.
Wait, you gotta review the food.
Oh, sorry. Starting out with the calamari. Sweet, flavorful, not overly salted, which is kind of generally the palate of a Venetian. Yeah, bouncy, thin batter, not oily at all. 10 out of 10. I just got a piece of grilled fish. Very clean, white fish, fresh. Also very sweet with a nice light charred flavor. Excellent, 10 out of 10.
And that's the end of our guest review by Bianca. Amazing.